Hey, 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 folks, good morning or good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to vlog 16 this week in Hops World, and I'm really happy. As you can see, our baby hops are all lined up in a row. We've planted about 3/4, and we have about half of the rest almost there. I'm going to show you how I plant here in our hop yard. Real simply, we always add more organic material. This year, mushroom compost, my favorite. Although last year I did use cow manure, or 2 years ago, but I mix it up now and then. And what I do, this whole row last year, we only planted down at the other end. We didn't even plant here. So I'm turning over the soil completely. And I like to get down more than one shovelful. I clear half and put half on one pile and then turn over the soil down below and then mix the other half, push it over and do the same thing. This way, typically soil has about 10 or 12 inches of organic material. Below that, there's very little oxygen. So it's really the roots that go down to look for water. If I can double or make the thickness of that bed of organic material thicker and more fluffier, that's my main thing with soil, fluffiness, crumbliness. I'll mix that soil that's compacted down below in with the organic material, and that bed will get thicker and then roots will go down real quick. So here we go, vlog 16. Let's start planting. So after I get the soil all mixed, I've added some compost or organic material. I level the plant bed out, pick out any stray roots or plants, and then I spread the soil out and make a little cavity in the middle, and I lay the plants out to see exactly how they're going to fit, the spacing. Maybe have to squeeze one in a certain area, or there might be extra. And before I even did this, I actually laid out all the plants in the whole row, more or less, to get an idea which way they would fit. So once I have them all laid out, and I made a little ditch here, a shallow spot for the level of the plant, I just take them out of the cups, turn it upside down. These little hops plants are very well developed with a nice root system, so they really stay together, and they even hold all the perlite. And then I just put it in its spot and fill the soil up to it. I want to leave these things on a mound always, so I fill the soil and cover the bottom of the plant at least up to the bottom of the first leaves. Sometimes there's little sprouts that get covered, but that's okay. This soil is really rich in compost, so it's natural fertilizers, and when it rains or the drip irrigation, it'll help the plant get more nutrients. The tags, I usually leave them in here as my second defense, so I don't lose the name of the plant. And if you do this standing up, I'll show you, it goes pretty quick. I basically do one row at a time, one side, and then I go over the other side. These are Missouri 3 rather. Humidus lupulus pubescent. Really rare, wild plant that we got from the USDA. Crossed with our Superboy. As a matter of fact, this whole row is all crosses from last year with our Superboy. F1, straight 100% Superboy. Well, let's say 50% Superboy, right? and 50%. There's one. There'll be 10 different crosses with our Superboy here. Our object this year, one of our big priorities, is to get a couple good males. We have almost 50 Zeus with Superboy crosses. They should produce 1 or 2 real good males that will keep for at least 2 or 3 years. Same thing with our Nugget, our Chinook. We're hoping to get some real good males. So we'll continue and planting all nice in a row, both sides. We're almost there. We'll show you at the end how they look. Well, all done. Woohoo! 102 baby hops plants in this row. They're gonna be tight, but we've done it before. And jumping over, this row we still have room for 3 more. There's 101 babies here. These are, I think, all F2. By F2, I mean 2nd year cross. For example, this is Triumph versus Rocky female, number 201-01, which is over there, the mommy. And these are the seeds that we crossed with Superboy last year. Same thing with all these. These were all crossed with Superboy. Actually, down the end, we have a couple crosses with Rocky. But most of these are F2. All of these here. Now these are Rocky crosses, Magnum versus Rocky. And then on the end here, T-Maker versus Rocky. We want to test some of these T-Makers, the cones, to see what the alpha acids are, to get an idea what our Rocky is. These plants here on this row, especially down this end, have been planted for about 3 or 4 days. And it rained once, and it drizzled this morning. And they're really sprouting out. Time to get some sticks or some strings. I'm going to try to get strings. That's one-time deal. Over 200 brand new, all new hops varieties. We still have a couple Zeus left. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but we have 46 Zeus and 19058 Superboy crosses. So we'll check out the rest of the last year's crosses and our new plants in a little while. But let's go down to, check this one out. The Comet versus Rocky. Ooh, already about 6 feet. But let's go down to, there's another one down there going, couple. Let's go down to the dungeon, see what's happening. Well, folks, here we are in G1 down in the dungeon, grow room 1. Let me kill the fan here. If you can hear me, some real bad news with the spider mites. Our sunbeam looks good. The cones are actually starting to still fill out, but this plant still looks good. I walked in here this morning, and just since yesterday, folks, I swear to God, this plant has been literally destroyed. And why? Look at the webbing. What the frig, man? I mean, so much for the predatory mites. They were pretty worthless. This plant over here too, I can see is getting literally eaten by these damn spider mites. I didn't want to spray anything. I probably should have, at least neem or something, because the plant just started to flower. It really bums me out. I mean, there's actually some cones here, but I know it's too early to get seeds off them. But I can see this plant too now is starting to get attacked. My Polaris looks like it's untouched so far. But time to put these babies outside, guys. Time to shut down this grow room. Do a major detox. I did that before I started, but for next time, I'm going to have to really control the humidity better. Although it's 51% right now in here, it's not that bad. A little warm though. One thing, it was a little bit heated up, which don't help. But 75 isn't really that bad. Fan was on. This plant doesn't seem to be attacked at all, which might be a good sign of a plant that's very unsusceptible to spider mite damage. Same thing with the Polaris. Although there's other issues there was with the nutrients. Man, all the growth up top and down the bottom, the new growth looks really good. Like there's some new leaves there along with the old. But like I said, this poor Lupulioides is really getting attacked, and it's going to be covered with spider webs shortly, or not spider webs, mite webs. I can actually see them starting on the corners of the leaves. So folks, sorry to say, our G1 is getting shut down next day or two for sure. But these plants will go outside, and there are some cool varieties. I want to get some seeds this year from them. So sorry to leave on a sad note, but it's okay. Let's go check out our Triumph twins, the other indoor plants that look a lot better than these. Peace out. Hey, here we are with the Triumph twins and our Zeus. And as you can see, our Mars Hydro 600 watt grow light is out. It's 5 a.m. here, and I thought I would show you a video with the regular fluorescent lights on here in Hops World. And I wanted to show you some of the cones are starting to actually brown, really dry, and ready to pick. I can almost feel something hard in there, maybe a seed. Hope so. But some of the leaves are fried from being too close to the light, and I kind of let them go. You can see them ones over there, and this one here. But the rest look really green and healthy. So for those of you that have been following along, you know I already explained that I put 3 plants in a very small aeroponic setup that's really made to make clones. And actually these were little clones when I first started. These 2 Triumph plants, as you can see down there, way down there, were actually made from stems that I got from the USDA, and they were to make clones. I actually left these 2 plants in this hydroponic setup now for 3 years. This is the 6th time they've actually flowered. I never let them get this big. They're about 14 feet tall, long. I used to let them just wind up a little bamboo and get tangled up in themselves and flower just to get seeds. But we're going to chop these this week and start a brand new project. Stay tuned, check it out. Let's go check on our boys over in our male hop yard. Hoo-hoo! Check out this big boy. Yeah, Rocky High. Our Neo Mexicano native wild hops plant is found in the high Sierra Desert area at the foot of the Rocky Mountains in western New Mexico. Check out them leaves. Pure Neo Mexicanus. Yeah, friends, here we are in our male hop yard. And believe it or not, once again this year we have more females than males. We have 2 of our open pollinated crosses that we got to get on strings. They're dinky winky. I'm hoping they grow this year enough to get seeds. Maybe I should try something else. It's a little more advanced. And a cascade. We started from rhizome. Had a lot of debris fall because it rained all day and it was really windy. A day or two, you could see all the debris that fell on the ground, but that'll rot and turn into mulch. And over here, our couple. Well, it's officially, if you've been watching, our Superboy. This is a twin of our Superboy in our female yard. They were both the same cutting that we got from the USDA 3 years ago. And apparently, as you can see, the difference in the leaf that is more rounded and the leaf that is more serrated, I'll say. There's actually two plants here, a male and a female, because a female popped up on the ground last year, apparently from a seed that fell. I'm 99% sure it must be a comet and Rocky, because there was a comet plant here 2 years ago, and then we planted Rocky last year. We took the comet out. So the female, it's been officially named Lois Lane. What better name than Superboy's girlfriend? And check out how thick that stem is, and even branches starting. And this bad boy is getting up there. I'll give you an idea. About a good 8 feet. So our males are kicking butt. Now let's go over to our female yard again and show you the original Superboy. He's kicking butt too. Woohoo! I love Neo Mexicanos. Hey, hey, back with our girls. Look on the ground. Strings. We actually strung one row right here. These are our F2 babies, second year. And right here in front of us is Superboy. Really kicking ass. We have branches coming out everywhere. Need to train a little. I'm gonna have to pull this little plastic stem out because it's trying to go up the stem and not up the cable. But as you can see, she goes right up the cable at almost a 45-degree angle. I should say he, not she. The only boy here in our female hop yard. Let's call him Lucky. Superboy. Now a quick synopsis of our girls. Coming down the row here, we did some changes a lot in this first row because I want to try to make this first row just commercial varieties. We have Zeus, our pocket talisman, about 1.5 feet tall. Brewer's Gold that I didn't think was going to survive through the winter last year. Here's our Triumph that was just a little dinky plant. It's just starting to sprout again. That was a little cutting actually that I saved for a long time. Our Chinook is kicking butt even though we topped it. It's about 3 foot, about 4 foot. Our Missouri 3 pubescent, I'm scared because, oh my gosh, she's not popped up. We have some babies, but I really want our mother back. Our Nugget, again, is going crazy. We might think about topping again. As you can see over there, we have some chicken manure that we spread in a few of the holes when we transplanted, just to mix up the varieties. Here is our brand new little bitter gold plant. We're going to talk about some new plants that we actually got recently. These two spots are open. I moved right here were 3 Triumph Rocky crosses. What happened? The one in the middle, 01, had some downy mildew spikes, systemic downy mildew. I think I have a picture. I'll try to post it. If not, I'll definitely keep my eye out and post next time, because there's definitely going to be some more, I suspect. But it's good because we really want to try to pick the plants that are most resistant to downy mildew. It's a big problem in Brazil. So I pulled that plant out and trashed it. And then the other two, which one were the Brewer's Gold, and the other one I moved. And now they are actually right over there going up the string. These two here. Pain in the ass to dig them out, but I'm going to put commercial varieties in here with the rest. Tea maker that we just transplanted from our mail yard. We'll see if she comes up. She was in the refrigerator for over a month. Cascade that we started from a rhizome that we got from Yakov O'Malley. Our triple pearl we topped earlier. We may top again. It has some bull shoots still on the outside, but some nice pretty shoots. Might do a video on how to top and train our plants here shortly. Here is one of our open pollination crosses. Definitely looks like a Neo-Mexicano look. Our Centennial here really kicked ass. We topped it, and I'm almost sure these may be downy mildew shoots. They sure are yellow compared to the rest. This is typically what they look like. Look next door at these green, unless there's a major deficiency here. So we're going to keep our eye on this, and we'll keep you tuned this week, but this plant may be a problem. Centennial. Another one of our crosses just popping up that we transplanted last year. This one we transplanted a little while ago. These are all our open pollination that are kicking. That looks like maybe downy mildew. It has rained now all day yesterday. It's been really humid, so it's really perfect timing. It's cool. Downy mildew loves 70 degrees or less. A little less, and wet. These plants have been wet. So these are some more of our open pollination crosses from 2003 here. These are Comet and Rocky crosses, now in the second year. And these two were really yellow. We'll see how they go this year. I named the one Mellow Yellow. That one's green. Same variety crossed. Comet with Rocky. This one's dark. These two are really yellow. This plant I moved yesterday. Looks like it didn't do too good. Damn, I watered the heck out of it. This one I moved too, and look at it. Not sure what's going on here. It did rain. I don't know if it'll come back. Maybe I should chop it. The first time that's happened to me, that the plant didn't make it when I moved it. And the one right next door I moved, look at it, perfect. Anyway, we have space here. So we're gonna move some more out of that first row. And here comes our, what I call the experimentals. The seeds from my friend that are going so-so, except for this one plant. Going crazy. I got to get it up in the air and train it. 03, 07 here. They look kind of scraggly, I'll be honest with you. Like nothing real special. They all look like they have Neo-Mexicanus or Comet or something by the shape of the leaves, except for one or two. And this 01, Verity's going anywhere. That's a goner. We're going to scrap him, her, it. We don't know what it is. And another two Comet Rocky crosses from 2 years ago. This one's kicking ass. It's about probably my tallest plant. 7-8 foot. Really sprouting. Real quickly, our babies. I'm not going to go into detail. We showed you them before. These are mostly all F2s, which I mean it would be like Triumph versus Rocky crossed with 19058. These first two right here, here and here are crosses F1s with Rocky from this past year, Magnum and Tea Maker. The rest are all F3, all crossed with Superboy. And this row here are all F1 commercial varieties, all crossed with Superboy. 46 Zeus crossed with Superboy. I have, I think, 15 Nugget, 15 Chinook, and Centennial, Triumph, and Cluster, and one or two more. But these here, we're going to really try to get some good male plants. We've never tried to do that. We really used only our special males, but we're going to make males, hopefully, that are better than the males we already have. That's our goal in general, folks. With hops breeding, realize that the plants that you keep need to be better than their mother, right? Or their father. Or why bother keeping them? And I'm competing with plants that were bred for a lot of years by the USDA, by Play Y, England, places that have many years experience, time and money and area. So if we come up with something good, it might be a miracle. But it is a lottery, it's a numbers game. We're doing over 1,000 seeds a year. We're in our third year here, so hopefully it took, I think, 10,000 plants to make Simcoe. We're at 3,000, and if we keep going, one day we're gonna get something special. I hope you liked our vlog this week. If you did, share with your friends, tell them. The plants are getting going here in our yard. Within a month, May, June, they're going to be up to the top wire. And another month and a half, 2 months, we're going to be full. Believe it or not, even these little babies, by the end of June, will be at the top wire and start flowering. Thanks, guys. Cheers to life.